SCs and STs. For SC, STs and BCs, they got full of reservations and to help the backward people economically, those who are weak and backward people, they have to get the full support by VP Singh government. So in 62nd amendment in 1989 was done. Firstly, that amendment, constitution amendment for the Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Atrocity Control Act in 1989. So this act only, it can abolish the discrimination on uh, low caste people, low class people, so that upper castes are should not dominate to the lower caste. So Atrocity Act in 1989 done by Vishwanath Pratap Singh time only. So after the Kashmiri Hindu migrations also done this time. You know, already at the time of formation of India partition only, Pakistan and India between Kashmir is a major issue was there. The Kashmir issue was not solved at all. So still about Hindus and Muslims are quarreling each other to boundary issue and border issue. Ladakh and Jammu and some of Kargil, some places are also there. So still recent also Pulwama and some other actions, operations were done by the Indian government. So this the during the partition of India, only between India and Pakistan issue was there. So in Kashmir, Muslims, uh, they groups, some terrorist groups are also there in that. They are most of Hindus are migrated from Kashmir to different parts of the states because earlier it is a peaceful state, Jammu and Kashmir, very beautiful and very valley and rivers and some glaciers, some of good weather, climate conditions are there, hilly area. All many Hindu peoples and Pandit community peoples also there. When Jawaharlal Nehru also is a family, means he belongs to Pandit community. So he belongs to Kashmiri Pandits. Okay, so Pandits are they migrated from Kashmir to different parts of the states. So this time, uh, many Kashmiri Hindus are they afraid. They have to fear about Islamic terrorist groups. That's why they migrated from Kashmir to different parts of the. I mean, Kashmiri Hindu people are they afraid. They get fear about Muslim terrorist attacks and what are the. So that's why they migrated this time only. And Ram Mandir issue also this in 1990s by Lal Krishna Advani, L.K. Advani, done Radha for the building of Sri Rama temple. This issue was from the beginning. From the Janasangh to 1980, Sham Prasad Mukherjee was established the Janasangh political party. From the Sangh Parivar, that only in Janasangh, from Janasangh only, Bharatiya Janata Party also survived. So it's a new political parties originated from Janasangh. So the main motto of Janasangh, it is from the Hindu ideology and Hindu that intellectuality, Vedas and Upanishads and Hindu religious major strength of Bharatiya Janata Party, that's the Hindus. So they Radha Yatra started by L.K. Advani. He long march to many states, means different part to aware the Hindus to get huge support from the people of India to build the Rama temple. Of course, recently in Narendra Modi, the BJP central government was taking initiation and they built the Ram Mandir at Ayodhya. But it is this issue was uh, at the time the Congress government they take into some very it's very easy to take, but it's not controversy. It's controversy is going on, but it is not take seriously by this Sri Ram Mandir issue. But some Muslims are they it's they this land is belongs to Babri Masjid and Hindus are they argued with the people. This is a birthplace of Lord Sri Rama. This issue was raised in the during the 1990s. First, they take up this issue by L.K. Advani, veteran senior Bharatiya Janata Party leader. So by the fetching this issue, Ram Mandir issue only, it's getting huge benefit for BJP at that time. So they counter to the Muslims during that period, and they built the achieved by at present in the Ram Mandir built. But at the during that time, yeah, this issue was this issue means Ram Mandir issue was taken by L.K. Advani. He conducted Radha some many kilometers of long walking on the different states, Bihar and UP, Delhi, Agra, and Uttar Pradesh, the North India. He aware the Hindus to build the Ram Mandir temple. And again, this issue, controversy, Babri Masjid and Ram Mandir issue was get into court. They filed the case. That case is many years. It was arguments were hearing was done in the Supreme Court, different Allahabad Court and Supreme Court. So finally, it is a favorable judgment to the Hindus, and finally, it was built by Rama Mandir in recently by central government BJP, Narendra Modi government. Okay, so this issue also that time after the 1990s, VP Singh after Chandrasekhar um, became a prime minister, and in this USA, he maintained the relation with the USA, and some Maldives revolt also done here, and so like this after death of Rajiv Gandhi, this many VP Singh government and Chandrasekhar government also came worked, but this time now we're going to discuss about the third block, block three of Indian foreign policy. Indian foreign policy. I told already some of the major characteristics of Indian foreign policy. Non-alignment policy, which was introduced by Jawaharlal Nehru during the war situation and during the difficult situation. The country should not support to the wars against wars. So to reduce the army, because of when the war, we already saw that First World War and Second World War, many destruction was done to the Hindus, it means Indian people. Many people life was lost in the during the First World War and Second World War. That two wars. That's why Jawaharlal Nehru, non-alignment policy and Panchashila, five principles. Uh, Block three, third chapter we are discussing now. So, in this non-alignment policy, international, it's very important. It's this question also will get into an exam. Indian foreign policy, which was designed by Jawaharlal Nehru, or non-alignment policy (NAM) summits also was done. So Panchashil. So Nehru foreign policy. They will ask in the question in exam also. So in international level, the non-alignment policy was first the founder of Jawaharlal Nehru, and what are the first characteristics of the main principles of in foreign policy? One country and another country both should be make a friendly relations, and the one country should achieve the goals and aims with the help of other countries, like a trade relations, political relations, helping coordination with one and each other, one country and another country, and the one country should maintain the free and fair relation with other countries, and they are the good whether to market situation means exports and imports, whether the goods and services like a technological inputs, and also uh, the utilization, some of the guidelines, international trade, world trade means the business relations, political relations, and also market, global software and IT and electronic, whatever it may be. So one and each other countries, the fair relations. So Nehru foreign policy main principles are Nehru foreign policy main principles are, which is from cooperative, some democratical, and some equalization, respect to one and other nations, and to maintain the peaceful relations with other one and other countries, and do not go for war. So by the discussions only to solve the problems, means issues what was there, the problems of boundary issues, and trade relations, and market price agreements, facts. So these are against war, peaceful relations, and a good business trade relations, exports and imports will be done in a safety manner, and cooperation method, coordination method, they have to use friendly relations, peaceful relations with one and other nations. So Panchashila, I told yesterday, non-alignment policy means when the during that period of wars, the country should India should not give support to any one country. Okay, for example, after Second World War, bipolar countries, two groups were formed in the world. That is, one is a socialist group which was led by USSR or Russia country, and a capitalist group which is led by USA, means America. So between after Second World War, world is divided as a two groups, two blocks. So one is USSR, another one is USA. So they are the competition, the tough competition among this between these two nations for armored and weapon making, and recruiting of many more and more to improve the more and more army military, and recruit the many soldiers to maintain the huge army, and to collecting and gathering the new weapons, and nuclear weapons, atom bombs or nuclear weapons, chemical, which is very harmful weapons making. So nuclear weapons also. So this is a very harm to the people. But it is a why they are collecting these all materials to for doing war. But Nehru was taken a good decision. So this observed by the Jawaharlal Nehru to do not support to the America or Russia. So if we support to anyone, that issue will to become a big larger issue. That's why between the two nation, only two countries issue, it is to the publication and spread to worldwide. If they discuss in the two countries, that problem will be solved. But what was done for doing war? The America is giving they are asking support to other countries. That one by one, some countries they are giving to USA, some other countries are giving to Russia. So what will happen? Indirectly, all the countries will be participate in the war. So this is a huge loss and destruction to the society. Lot of people will die, and many people will be um, lost their life, and destruction of society. That's why Nehru was take a very wisely should not support the wars. Two blocks, two groups, separate groups they have to maintain. That is a non-alignment group. He maintained that. Okay. After Panchashila in Indian foreign policy, Panchashila between China and India. Even China also, Tibet and Nepal, and also Jammu and Kashmir. So this some boundary we have with China. Jammu and Kashmir, we have boundary with China. So thoroughly they are some of occupation and some of region. This Kashmir is for us. They are sending army to protection for that. So between China and India in 1954, Chauhan Lai, 1954 June 28, Chauhan Lai, Prime Minister of China, and Jawaharlal Nehru, Prime Minister of India, between both understanding and agreement, compromise agreement with 1954, June 28, that is Panchashila. In Panchashila, five principles are there. So one country sovereignty should respect by other nation, and one country should not occupy any other countries, and one country should not interfere with other internal matters of another country. Third principle. And fourth principle, equality and helping coordination each other, one country and another country. And fifth principle, and peaceful life should be engaged, peaceful, stop wars. So like these five principles are between China and India was done. So almost all another countries also this Panchashil agreement they have to should not involve in the another, one country should not occupy the any other country, should not involve in the another country internal matters, helping each other, peaceful relations with all. So this only we can say as a non-alignment movement, and also Panchashila. Okay, this policy was gave good many countries, more than 100 countries are they joined into. Firstly, the 20 nations are there. After they join into many countries in the NAM group, means they did not, they against war, not support to the wars. And migration, imperialism, and apartheid, these all controlization apartheid. Like India is gave support to the new nations for freedom. For example, India, we got independence in 1947, and Indonesia is ruling by Holland, and Sri Lanka, Egypt ruled by England. Some other countries are to get free from European countries. So India is gave support to the other countries to get into freedom. Even though Bangladesh, which is originated from Pakistan. Earlier, the Bangladesh is eastern Pakistan. Means Bangladesh is a part of Pakistan country, but Bangladesh people they want to become a separate country. So for that, the government of India during the Indira Gandhi period, 1971, Bangladesh was formed with the support of India. That's why Pakistan they targeted to India. We gave support to the Bangladesh. That's why Pakistan get angry because of Bangladesh formed from the Pakistan. Okay, that migrations like South Africa and Indonesia, some other small nations with which countries are suffering from colonial rule, we give support. And again, international arguments and peaceful solutions. Iran issue, Korea issue, Palestine issue means strengthening of United Nations organization. So United Nations organization was set up in 1945, October 24, after the completion of Second World War. UNO was established. So what is the UNO main motto? To stop the war, to make a friendly relations among the countries, coordination each other, and helping WTO means trade, free and fair trade relations, strengthening of UNO. In 1950s only, unarmed situations and to stop the terrorist activities. Interpol, International Police Organization, to give support to which countries are which countries are suffering from other nations, like America is controlling to other nations, like Britain is ruling some countries. So how to get into freedom, but that small countries are they get freedom from that big nations. So India has gave support for them, and again United Nations organization also to help the small countries which are suffering from the big nations. And they make a sum of conditions to, they made more many conditions to uh, militarization, means to recruiting or making weapons, nuclear weapons usage, and chemical weapons which is harmful to the people is all. And one more, it is like a polio controlization, World Health Organization to maintain the world people, all countries should get some mm, support from the USA. Okay, so like this, UNO to strengthening the United Nations organization to stop at present day also. It's like a mediator between all the countries. United Nations, the Security Council, General Assembly, and International Court of Justice. What are the major what are the major issues were there? Legal issues. International Court of Justice. That International Court of Justice is located in Geneva. Geneva, that is located in Switzerland. No, no, International Court of Justice, The Hague, Netherlands. Hague, Netherlands, and International Labour Organization. So these all are some international organizations which is supervising and maintaining the world peace and fair relations among them. So United Nations organization from the 1945 onwards, so working successfully. Some of issues like a Korea issue, Korea problem, and Palestine issue, Iran issue, Iraq, Iran nuclear issue. These are some give some um, controlization to stop the war and violence also. Next, some of India, Indo-Pak and Indo-China relations, and the freedom liberation of Bangladesh. Lesson 8. So India, Pakistan, and India-China relations. Already we have some discussion, Tashkent Agreement, and Tashkent Agreement, and Indo-Pakistan War in 1965, India-China War in 1962 only, between the border issue, Arunachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir. Some we have boundary with China in Arunachal Pradesh state, eastern state, and also Jammu and Kashmir state. Both we have the boundary with China. We are sharing boundary with China. So India-China relations, as well as the maintaining the foreign relations, some business relations also there, market relations also there, and boundary issues from 1947 to we are maintaining the fair relation with Pakistan. Of course, war situations like a Kargil war and Pulwama recently, some surgical strikes also done. Still, that going on controversy between India, Pakistan, even India, China also. That relations they will ask sometime ask the India Pakistan relations from the beginning to Bharat Pakistan, how they are, means India is gave support to the China sometime, means Russia support that time, Pakistan they took support from USA. Okay, Even some rulers are internally they are terrorist activities in Pakistan also there. They are it was support of America, but of course, after that some clashes again between Pakistan and America also. So NATO, CETO, some of organizations also there, and India-Pakistan war in 1965, Tashkent Agreement in 1966 by Indira Gandhi period only, and 1968 to 75 Indo-Pak relations, Lal Bahadur Shastri and Indira Gandhi time. They make some agreements, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and they're sharing some of mostly some summits means to control war, nuclear to control the nuclear weapons making, and Simla Agreement, Kargil, um, also depression, that is Kargil war also there. So from 2001 to 2014, many evolutions were there in India Pakistan. Kargil war after in 2001, in 2001, Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Musharraf, they both discussed some Kargil issue and Kashmir issue. Both prime minister, like it's Musharraf, president of Pakistan, and prime minister of India, um, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So these issues still not closed, but some up and downs were there between India and Pakistan. Some peaceful relations. Still, that UNO was trying to get into to solve the arguments between India and Pakistan, but it's the military actions, wars also happening, and between India and Pakistan issues. Some historical evidences and boundary issues. India China also. 1962 war was done. 1967 Chola incidents, and in 1986-87 seen China Indian arguments, some fighting, and 2013 Daulat Beg Oldie incidents. 2017 73 days Doklam stand up. Means sometimes Indian soldiers are kidnapped by China army. Again, some incidents are taking place in the boundaries, but it is still that issues were there. India, Pakistan, and India, China. Some of incidents were taking place. So after independence, these all issues, some developments, prime ministers active, well, their administration, uh, that responses of different policies. Okay, so the next Bangladesh forming Majbur Rahman. Majbur Rahman, one of the leader of in Bangladesh, he fight against Pakistan to form the new country Bangladesh. So Bangladesh is a part of Pakistan first. So under the leadership of that is the Awami League, or a leader is Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, that's political party leader. He liberated in 1971. Bangladesh was formed in 1971 with the full support of Indian government. During that period, Indira Gandhi was become a prime minister. She gave full support to the Bangladesh leaders to form the Bangladesh country. So because earlier Bangladesh people are part of Pakistan, they are in the eastern Pakistan. So Western Pakistan, it is in the Punjab. Eastern Pakistan, it's Bangladesh, that only East Bengal region. So this only part of Pakistan region only. So in 1971, Indian government, Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, she gave full support to the Bangladesh people for the liberation from Pakistan region. So that Bangladesh, this Tashkent Agreement, India-China relations, India-Pakistan relations. These all are the some questions we'll get it. Then block 4, just I'm briefly I'm giving that in, explanation that, and economical development, block 4, and economical development and evolutions. So after post-independent India, many inequalities are there in India. The people of India, some poor situation, landless people, landlords are there, some princely states are there, rich people are there. But how get into equalization in the society? First, in this that to agriculture based country, India is a agriculture based country. Then how the agriculture was agriculture developing to in India, and how helping to the poor people, how remove the poverty, and many means before independence, agriculture how it was there. So basically, before independence means under the British rule, under the British rule, under the British rule, agriculture was collapsed by the British with organized manner, the planned manner, commercialization of agriculture, food crops are collapsed, more which is benefit for England industries and factories. For their purpose, raw materials purpose only, agriculture was done here. So this some collapsed the Indian agriculture system. But after getting independence, first governments are they take a initiation to develop the agriculture policies and agriculture system, and hydrological projects and mechanical engineer, biochemical, Rizal, and machineries set up, and chemical industries. Okay, so post independence, agriculture sector is completely it was manual and traditional for the purpose of food grains. All people will be work together and they get into production of agriculture and food grains. They for cultivation is for only their need purpose only they have to cultivation of agriculture. But when the Britishers came to India, for the that agriculture is completely commercialized, and for the convenience of British government only, farmers of India, the tenants, landlords, farmers, the cultivation, what are the raw material is required for the British people, that only they have to solve by the Indians. So after getting independence, first government is like at that time during the British period, what was done? It is a jamindars and landlords, jagirdars. They have to collect the land tax, revenue tax from the people. They have to collect the revenue tax. Not only permanent settlement system, that is some of other taxes, Mahalwari system, Raitwari system, that is. So, when we got independence in 1947, the Indian government to remove this all kind of what are the tenants system is there, landlordism, unnecessary tax collection. This all removed by the Indian government to strengthening of Indian farming society. So mediators, they remove the mediators. The land is Raitwari system they cancelled, and tenant reforms. We don't have that. Just only much more landlords are hundreds or thousands of acres of land is vested with landlords. But landless people also there in the country. But they know the well agriculture. They have to do agriculture, but they don't have the own land. During this time, land reforms, land reforms also. Some Bhudan movements also in the 1940s, 1944 time. The followers of Mahatma Gandhi. Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Acharya Vinoba Bhave. He was done the land reform movement in India. Some lakhs of acres of land collected from the landlords. Again, that land is distributed to landless people. The land was collected from highest, which was from the landlords. That land is distributed to the landless people. That is the land reforms. Bhudanodyamam, Bhudan movement. In Telugu, Bhudanodyamam, but in English, Bhudan movement, Sarvodaya and Bhudan movement was that movement led by Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Acharya Vinoba Bhave belongs to Maharashtra, and he came to that in the Telugu state AP region, and he collected he consultation with the landlords. He made the landlords, convened them, and excess land is collecting. That land is again distributed to the landless people. But in the 1970s and Land Limited Act means Land Sealing Act in 1955. Nehru government, it was done that act. Land Sealing Act 1970s, 1972 period. Indira Gandhi time also, that Land Sealing Act. According to that, more than 25 acres of land should not have the landlords. They should return to the excess land to the government. The government should distribute the landless people. So that is on land reforms to distribute the land. That's why now many movements was taking place at that time. That movements are like a peasant movement, a tribal movement, Naxalite movement in 1960s and 70s. Because the aim is to equalization of society. Means the highest, some hundreds of acres of land is having with the landlords. So from them to collect the land, to distribute the land. Land reforms also taken place by and during the Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi period. That land, some of that Land Reforms Act also some disadvantages also there. Means they collected land and distributed the land to the landless people, but the papers of document and registration of land, that papers are having with the owners. Okay, so litigation, passive nature, some of differences. So land reforms are conducted by the Congress government during that, but of course, but it's not given the good results. Again, that land is recaptured by Congress leaders, because they given the land, but the registration papers and documents are not submitted to the people. So what was done? This landlord community people are joined in the Congress party. Again, they collected the which land is distributed to the farmers. So again, this time, again, this communist parties and labor organizations and people's war and Naxalite movements also for the land equalization, for the land reforms. Only they have started the different agitations. Okay, so and again some green revolution also one of the development initiation. I told you already, for the great revolt changes means for the traditional cropping, traditional cultivation replacement by hybrid seeds, chemical usage in agriculture, high yield varieties usage, and some machineries also used in the agriculture. Nowadays, using all machineries for cutting machine and some sowing machine, some seeds giving machine, seeding machine. This is all using at present day. But some at that time, in a green revolution time, in agriculturally, the chemical usage, fast growth for the because of day to day population is size is increasing in India. The population of India is increasing day by day, but we have the land, but cultivation sources to improvement of food grains production. The people of that India, the government is taking initiation to green revolution to provide the in the part of this only many projects they built irrigation projects they built already there already existed. Jawaharlal Nehru time, first Prime Minister only built the big projects, Bakranangal project, Nagarjun Sagar project, Sri Shailam and Hirakud project, Chambal project. So many projects were there. But that is continued in the till the allot the budget to improve the catchment area of agriculture lands. Means irrigation facilities, water facilities, electricity facilities providing for that, and bore wells, open wells, and also tanks reconstruction. This is all done by the government. So then, improvement the production of agriculture, food grains, crops are increased day by day, and during that this policy. So, agriculture development and industries development. Agro-based industries also there. Petro that fertilizers and chemicals and agriculture-based industry, cotton textile industries, jute, jute industries, coffee that is industry, and also for example paddy, rice mills, agro-based industries they set up like oil seeds to making of oil that factories and so many industries like sugarcane factories, cotton textile industry making of cloths, this all okay. So after independence the Indian government take initiation to improve the facilities and agriculture production, to improve the food grains in the all round development, to provide the